It was never about the houses. It was about the dirt. In the world of the Brown family, land wasn't just property, it was the physical manifestation of a spiritual promise. But while the cameras captured the tears of a collapsing marriage, something much darker was happening in the county clerk's office. Janelle Brown knew. She saw the ledger. She saw the backdoor deal being framed as a sacrifice. And tonight, we pull back the curtain on the greatest financial deception in reality TV history. The casino of polygamy. To understand the betrayal, we have to go back to 2018. The move to Flagstaff was sudden, chaotic, and, according to many fans, financially suicidal. Community Pulse Reddit r sister wives. I remember watching them leave Vegas and thinking, they are flushing equity down the toilet. Kody was manic. He wasn't running toward a dream, he was running away from a paper trail. Kody Brown pitched Coyote Pass as the one home dream. But Janelle, the family's unofficial CFO, was the only one looking at the interest rates. While Mary looked for vibes, and Robyn looked for privacy, Janelle was looking for the deed. But what Janelle didn't know was that the names on those deeds were already being shifted in ways that would leave her homeless within 4 years. The deed deception. Let's look at the math. In June 2018, the Browns purchased 4 lots for a total of $820,000. Lot 1, Kody, Robyn, and Janelle. Lot 2, Kody, Robyn, and Mary. Lot 3, Kody and Robyn. Lot 4, Kody and Janelle. Legal experts point out that by placing Kody and Robyn's names on every lot, they established a majority stake in the entire acreage. While Janelle believed she was a partner, she was legally a minority stakeholder in her own future. Verified quote Janelle Brown. I have nothing. I have no assets. Everything is tied up in this land, and I don't even have a house to show for it. Janelle wasn't being dramatic. She was being literal. She had funneled the proceeds from her Las Vegas home sale, her only liquid asset, into the family pot to pay for Robyn's $890,000 mansion. The backdoor deal, smokescreen. As the marriages began to crumble, Kody pivoted. He began accusing Janelle of making backdoor deals with Christine. He claimed Janelle was plotting to take his land. Was Kody's accusation a genuine fear, or a calculated psychological tactic known as DARVO, deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender? Kody's backdoor deal narrative was a distraction. While he shouted about Janelle's loyalty, he and Robyn were quietly consolidating power. In 2022, property records showed Kody and Robyn owned more than 60% of the total value of Coyote Pass. Fan analysis YouTube. The pink elephant. Kody used the backdoor deal lie to gaslight Janelle into feeling guilty, hoping she wouldn't realize he had already spent her retirement money on David Yurman jewelry and Victorian paintings for Robyn's house. The fifth wife, the IRS. In polygamy, there is no community property for the spiritual wives. In the eyes of the law, Janelle was a single woman giving her money to a married couple, Kody and Robyn. Remember season 13. Janelle was hesitant to leave her stable career in Nevada. She knew that without a legal marriage, her only protection was the equity in her home. When she gave that up for Flagstaff, she handed Kody the keys to her autonomy. The backdoor deal wasn't Janelle talking to Christine behind Kody's back. The real deal was Kody and Robyn using the family fund as a personal piggy bank for a lifestyle they couldn't afford on their own. The standoff at the RV. The image of Janelle living in a fifth-wheel trailer on Coyote Pass became iconic. Fans laughed, but it was a desperate tactical move. By living on the land, Janelle was asserting her right to be there. She was the only one protecting the assets, because she was the only one physically guarding the property. Kody hated it. He called it pathetic. Why? Because a wife in a trailer is a constant reminder of a debt unpaid. If the land was truly for the whole family, why did Kody threaten to sell Janelle's portion if she didn't obey him? The fallout and the legacy. Today, the dream of Coyote Pass is a graveyard of ambition. Christine has left, selling her share to Kody for $10 to get out. Janelle has walked away, but not without a fight. Because Janelle's name remained on several deeds, Kody could not develop or sell the land without her signature. This was her final leverage. She wasn't just a scorned wife, she was a strategic roadblock to Kody and Robyn's total financial takeover. The long-term implications are staggering. The Brown family, as a financial entity, is bankrupt. The show that documented their rise now documents their foreclosure, not of a house, but of a legacy. The final ledger. In the final analysis, Kody's backdoor deal lie was the dying gasp of a man losing control of the narrative. Janelle Brown didn't betray the family. She was the only one who believed in the family enough to think the money would actually be shared. She protected the assets by refusing to be silent. She protected the assets by standing her ground in the mud of Coyote Pass. And in the end, she realized the most valuable asset wasn't the dirt, it was her freedom. The lie didn't arrive loudly. There was no shouting, no slammed doors. It came quietly, hidden inside a sentence that sounded reasonable, almost boring. There was never a deal. But that one line would fracture a family, erase millions of dollars in shared assets, and expose who had been protecting the future, and who had been protecting themselves. For years, viewers believed the story as it was told. But when you slow it down, when you rewind the footage, and follow the money, a very different truth emerges. Before the collapse, the Brown family operated as a single financial unit. Under the structure shown on Sister Wives, income from the show, side businesses, and property sales flowed into shared family accounts. Key fact: legally, plural marriage offers no marital protections, no automatic property rights, no spousal safeguards. Everything depended on trust and documentation. And for years, one person quietly insisted on both. That person was Janelle Brown. If trust was the currency of the family, why was Janelle the only one tracking the ledger? From the earliest seasons, Janelle was positioned as the primary earner, the budget planner, the retirement-focused realist. In season 2, she famously said, "I worry about our financial future more than anything else." That wasn't personality, it was strategy. Janelle understood something critical. In plural families, emotional bonds dissolve faster than assets. And assets, once gone, don't come back. So she documented contributions. She tracked equity. She expected reimbursement, not romance. But what happens when one person treats family money like a handshake, and another treats it like a contract? Coyote Pass was sold to viewers as the dream reset. 4 wives. Shared land. Equal futures. On camera, Kody Brown repeatedly implied an understanding that wives who liquidated assets, homes, savings, retirement funds, would be made whole later. This included Janelle's Las Vegas equity. She contributed hundreds of thousands of dollars to a property she did not legally control. Why? Because she believed there was an agreement. So why, years later, would Kody say that agreement never existed? When Janelle finally asked a direct question, "Where is my financial security?" the response stunned viewers. Kody insisted there was never a deal. No paperwork. No repayment obligation. No promise. Just trust. But here's the problem. Multiple past episodes contradict that claim. In season 14, Kody stated on camera, "We all agreed to build together." In season 15, "This is an investment in all our futures." Those are verbal contracts, acknowledged publicly. If there was no deal, why did everyone act like there was? In Arizona, unmarried partners have no automatic property claims. Unless their name is on the deed, there's a written agreement, or provable intent is documented. Janelle had contributed funds, but not secured ownership. Meanwhile, Robyn Brown was the only wife legally married to Kody. Her home, legally protected. Janelle's investment, legally exposed. As episodes aired, online communities reacted fast. Reddit threads titled, "Janelle got financially screwed. Kody rewrote history." YouTube comments echoed the same theme. "She funded their lifestyle and got nothing back." Facebook groups dissected timelines, pulling screenshots and quotes. A consensus formed. Janelle wasn't asking for charity. She was asking for accountability. And accountability was exactly what the family structure could not survive. When Kody Brown left, she did one crucial thing differently. She ensured her name was tied to a sellable asset. She exited clean. Janelle stayed, believing resolution was still possible. That choice would cost her years. Loyalty delayed the inevitable, and magnified the loss. Janelle's breakdowns weren't about romance. They were about security. At midlife, she faced the reality that her labor-funded assets she didn't own. Her trust replaced legal protection. Her future depended on a man denying prior promises. She wasn't heartbroken. She was destabilized. When financial truth surfaces, love becomes irrelevant. This wasn't just a family collapse. It was a case study. Plural families without contracts face asset concentration, power imbalance, legal invisibility. Janelle's experience is now cited in advocacy discussions as an example of why financial autonomy matters. Her story changed the conversation. Sometimes the most responsible person is punished first. So was there a deal? The footage says yes. The behavior says yes. The expectations say yes. Only the denial says no. And that denial arrived after the money was spent. Pause. History isn't rewritten by truth. It's rewritten by who controls the assets. If you believe reality TV hides more than it shows, join this investigation. Like this video to keep these deep dives alive. Comment with what moment first made you realize something wasn't right. Subscribe if you want documented breakdowns, not spin. And after this, watch the full playlist linked below, where we connect the receipts episode by episode. This isn't drama. This is evidence.